In this video, I'm going to walk you through creating classifications in NVivo 15 because it looks a little bit different than previous versions. In this sample file, I have multiple participants, and each participant wrote multiple blog posts. I want to associate all of the files with each person so that I can run queries by demographics and look at that information across all of the blog posts. The first step in creating a classification is to create the type of classification. I'm going to right-click here and New Classification. My primary unit of analysis is student, so that is what I'm going to name my classification. You can see here I have the classification for student. Now I'm going to right-click here and add an attribute to this classification. In this example dataset, one of the salient classifications would be looking at undergraduate students compared to graduate students. So we're going to put year in school, and for values, I'm going to add graduate student, an undergraduate student. Now you can see that attribute appears here. Another salient attribute for this project is the type of service students were performing at their internship, and we're going to classify that as direct, indirect, research, or advocacy. Now you can see I have the classification of student and two attributes. I'm going to come in here now and create my cases. So let's start with the new case, Alyssa, and when I come over to attribute values, I select student, and now I can assign the salient attributes for Alyssa. I'm going to create the cases for the other participants and then show you how to link their documents to their cases. Before I connect the files, let's open the classification sheet. And now you can see the cases I've created, the year in school, and the type of service associated with each participant. I'm going to come to Alyssa's folder and right-click on the first file and select Code Whole PDF. But I don't want to code this to a code, I want to code it to her case. So I will select Alyssa and code that selection. If I come down here to cases, you can now see Alyssa has one file associated with her case. The good news is you don't have to code each file, you can code them in a batch. So click on this first file, click Control-Shift, click on the last file, right-click, and code whole files. Come down to cases and select Alyssa. Now you can see there are 15 files associated with Alyssa. This project uses both file and case classifications. The file classification lets me organize the different types of media associated with each participant. I've already created these by right-clicking New Classification and either creating my own or choosing from a predefined classification. So I have 5 different types of files in this project. Once I've created those types of files, I can come into each participant's folder, select a file, come down to classification, and assign a file type. Can also do this in a batch by clicking on the first one, Control-Shift, clicking on the last one, and then coming down to classification and choosing blog. This would be classified as audiovisual material, and this would be classified as application. Now if I come down to file classifications and I click through each of these categories, you can see all of the different media. And this is one way to sort through and query files in my project.